All right, we're all here for the presentation today. All of us, and there's our teacher.
All right, so my name is Vanessa. I'm going to be doing an informative speech on suicide awareness today. I'm going to start off with a quote. Imagine just waking up in the morning feeling like it cannot get better and there is no way out. Feeling completely helpless and believing that taking your own life is your only option. It is absolutely essential that people become aware of the high number of suicide deaths that occur in the United States every day. I personally can relate to how serious suicide is because 4 years ago, I lost my younger brother to suicide at the tender age of 18. A lot of people question, what is suicide? On our first slide here, I do have a couple definitions regarding suicide, and according to the HereToHelp.com website, suicide means ending your own life. It is sometimes a way for people to escape their own reality. Some common misconceptions on the third slide. States according to save.org website, there are many things people assume about someone who thinks about committing suicide. One common statement that people do assume that is incorrect is when people say that people who talk about suicide really won't do it, and that's not true. People who commit suicide are unwilling to seek help is another statement that they assume is false, and that's not true either. And there are a couple of warning signs on the same slide. And as a sibling who has lost someone to suicide, I will say not all signs are clear. However, everyone is different. The Save.org website provides many different signs to look out for, such as someone talking about wanting to kill themselves, sleeping too little or sleeping too much, and an increase of alcohol and drug use. Suicide facts here on the next slide shows statistics for 2015, which were astonishing. The American Foundation of Suicide Prevention website found that an American dies by suicide every 12.95 minutes. For every woman who dies by suicide, 4 men die by suicide. Americans attempt suicide an estimated 1 million times annually. The AFSP also reported that Florida has a 15.54 suicide rate. It is the second leading cause of death for the age group of 10 to 24 years of age. The fifth leading cause of death for ages 45 to 59. If you or anyone you know is thinking about committing suicide, there are support groups and there is help. And this next slide is about coping with loss. And if you have already lost someone to suicide, it is important to understand the different stages of loss. Those who are left behind after the loss are considered suicide survivors. I attend a suicide awareness walk every year in honor of my brother, and I donate as well to help the cause, and it helps me cope. What can we do differently as a nation to stop suicide from being a leading cause of death in the United States? Some things to think about. Do you know someone who is thinking about suicide? If you do, now you know some ways to help them. In closing, it has been 4 years since I lost my little brother, Steven, and I've said that 4 times already, I'm sorry. But it feels as if it were yesterday and the pain is still very prominent. Here's a picture of him. So many questions are left unanswered and so many things we could have all done differently. Help is always there. One suicide takes a life, the ones left behind grieve for the rest of theirs. Thank you.
All right, I have a question. What is something that we can do if we do have someone like a friend or a family member that we know is going through something really hard and hard times? What is something you could recommend that we can use to do it for them?
There's definitely a ton of websites you can go to. There are different support groups. Go online, you can just search in your area and they'll give you a list of places that you can go for help.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.